does it really take to lead at the highest level? Welcome to DCSL Off the Record. I'm your host for today, Tamilore Akintunde-Johnson, and today with me we have Bisi Adeyemi.
Absolutely.
Alright, so now I'm supposed to do like a profile and everything, but I think people should introduce themselves so we know what you want to be known for. So, Bisi Adeyemi, who are you?
Okay, my name is Bisi Adeyemi. I lead DCSL Corporate Services and I consider myself a corporate governance expert.
Yes, I agree. So let's go into the meat of what we are here for today. Because I wasn't here in the early days, I just want to get feedback. How was it like those first few years starting DCSL? How was it like?
Okay, so I didn't start DCSL, but DCSL used to be a unit within the tax business of Akintola Williams Deloitte, as it was then known. And we essentially, were within the firm and we reported to the firm. I wasn't there at the time actually, but there was a global review of the firm by its parent body, and that review revealed that the services that DCSL, then a unit, like I said, the services it was providing were putting the firm in conflict as auditors. And so the decision was taken to separate it from the firm, and that's when I came on board. So it was decided that there was need to have a CEO so that it would have a life of its own. And so I joined the firm at the time as it used to be known as DTT Services. And it was a single service firm. It was just providing company secretarial services to the clients of Deloitte at the time. Did they tell you why they picked you? So that's an interesting question actually, because I met 4 individuals, any of whom could have been a CEO, but there was a search, there was an executive selection and search, and I recall that at least 2 of them also put in application for the role and were interviewed. I think essentially it was because of my legal background first of all, and then also because I had an MBA, which puts me I think on top of the list of those who are being considered. And there was a need at the time to turn around the business. So like I said, I think that that background that I had, the business background that I had, sort of gave them the confidence I could turn around the business. When
you mentioned that MBA one night, I was tracking your growth, and I'm like, okay, chick, Tamilore, you can do this, but that MBA one, I don't have it.
No, but I think you should consider it. If you want to give your career a lift, so just to give you a background of why I decided to go and do the MBA. So at the time, I had spent 16 years, like I said, and I had been doing company secretarial work as well as some HR work as well. But I needed to do something more. I wanted something more. I had been applying to banks. At that time, it was, how would I say it now? It was fun and attractive to work in the banks. So I had, attended a few interviews, and there was one particular one that stayed with me. Interestingly, I eventually met the person, and she's interestingly one of our clients now. I'll not mention her name. So I interviewed with her. She was then treasurer of a topmost bank, and I was wanted to work in the treasury at the time. Well, You really wanted to go far away from I wanted to go totally out of, And I had this session with her, and I thought it went well because we were chatting just like you and I are chatting, and we're chatting. And the feedback she gave to the recruiter at the time was that I had a mental block to figures. And why did she say that? She had asked me, on and off, just like I said, casual chatting. And I said I wasn't particularly hot on maths, which is why I went to go and do law. But that feedback was I had a mental block, and I looked at myself.
That's very strong.
Absolutely. So we have to be very careful about kind of feedback we give people. That would have just totally got me off. But I went back and I thought to myself that mental block made me busy. Anyway, so I sat down and I said, okay, so what can I do to erase this mental block? And somehow along the line, I think it was in the papers or something, in those days, all the LinkedIn and things that we're using that were not very popular at the time. So I must have seen it in the papers. So it was an information session at the Lagos Business School for the MBA. So I attended, and I was quite fascinated. I wasn't too sure that I could do it because that mental block thing was still at the back of my mind, and I didn't do well in maths in school, by the way, But I attended the information session, and I did the entrance exam, which I passed. I scaled the interview as well, and that's how my MBA story started. So I did the MBA. It was tough. It was really, really tough because I was on a job as well. So it was part-time, Fridays and Saturdays. Fridays, I think from 12, Saturdays the whole day. It was very, very tough. But I managed to pass, but I actually didn't manage to pass. I passed very well, with the help of, God's help, and of course a lot of diligence and hard work. Yeah. So yeah.
Was it at Lagos Business School?
Yes, it was at the Lagos Business School. Yeah.
My next question: the early days, because everybody likes just what went wrong. Is there anything that went wrong during those days? They're like, this is the end of DCSL.
No. So even before DCSL, became what it is today. In those very early days, I think it was still DTT. There was one day that I felt that I've had it. So like I told you, I met 3 gentlemen, senior. They've been with Deloitte for so many years. Okay. And I met them there. One of them, I think 2 of them had actually, applied for the role. Okay. And then we had I think we had 2 other employees. One was a full-time. He had served there, was retained. He was in the Abuja office. There was one person in the Port Harcourt office, and then there was this youth corper, Ibrahim. I don't know whether you met Ibrahim.
I did.
Shout out to Ibrahim. He eventually watched this. He was a gem. So those were, I think, in all about 6 of them. So this day I went out and I came back to the office and I met 3 letters on my table, resignation letters. The 3 most senior people resigned on the same day, and I was totally dumbfounded. And anyway, what was I going to do? This is a role that I just got, and I was still trying to get familiar, even with the clients, get familiar even with the business itself. And the 3 of them resigned on the same day. But so I could have acted, defeated and just so that it was the end. What was I going to do? Institutional memory.
I'll be on the floor. I'll be on the floor.
Well, I had to also, appear strong and everything. That's what leaders do, You can go back into your closet and wail and mourn, but you can't give that impression. I got back to my office, everybody could see me, we had this clear view, and I just took the letters and I invited them one after the other into my office. Why do you want to resign? Was there something you could do? Was there something you didn't like? And they apparently had made up their minds. 2 of them eventually went up to set up a practice together, which didn't last for long. The other went to try and set up a law firm. But the truth of the matter is that I think they just were reacting to, not everybody is able to deal with change. And in those days, I didn't used to think about it. But now that everybody is talking about female bosses, I didn't look at agenda, at that time. But I guess they had a problem with reporting to a female, and I guess also the sentiments around why bring an external person, to come and, as it were, lord it over them. But we quickly picked up, and I then realized that, we're going to hire new people anyway, but that just triggered it. And so we began the process of bringing on board new people. Unfortunately, we were lucky with the kind of people that we started out with.
That conversation about men not wanting to be led by women is a whole podcast for another day.
It is indeed.
My goodness.
It is indeed. But like I said, and people have challenged me when I say this, that I don't see gender. I don't see gender, and I don't look at myself as being either at an advantage or at a disadvantage because I'm female.
All right, so I've gone through the possibly bad ones. Now I want to get a little personal and more on the positive side. What was this? I want 2 really high points for you as an MD in DCSL.
Tammy, the truth of the matter is that there are a lot. There are quite a lot of them. Yes, there are quite a lot of them.
As we're disappointing you left, right, and center.
No, there are quite a lot. There are quite a lot of them, and that's the truth of the matter. A few come to mind, and I'll just mention one of them, or 2 of them actually.
Yes.
So there was this day that a member of the team was to go and attend an EGM and a board meeting of the board, and there was a particularly contentious matter. The matter had been going back and forth. Of course, I was in the copy of the email, so I knew that this was going to be a very tricky one, because even I myself would have found it tricky to handle. So I made up my mind. I didn't tell the team member. I made up my mind that I was going to join the meeting. It was an in-person meeting, and so the meeting was just about to start when I joined the meeting, and the staff member was I could see he was quite excited to see me. But I just made a sign to her that you go ahead. I'm just an observer of this meeting, and then I saw her face fell. you know, that, you know, she thought I had come to rescue her. But I said, you go ahead, you know, and she went ahead, and I was blown off the top of my head the way she handled it. Tough questions, you know, and really, really very tough questions, but she held her own. I almost got up to clap for her. You know, that's how excited I was.
I think I know the person. I know the person. I know.
So that was for me a high point. The other one was also well, okay, it wasn't exactly on all fours, but it was something that tested our core value, and the person came out strong. So another team member had gone to see a client. She went by herself, you know. I mean, typically we go in twos for those kind of things, but this was a day where everybody was busy, and you know, nobody else was available to go with her. And so she went to see the client. It was actually a consultant to a client, you know, so they were having some issues, you know, they were trying to sell property, and anyway, a very long story. And so she went into the consultant's office, and the consultant invited her into an inner office, and she was wondering what was going on here. The consultant asked her.
This is news to me.
The consultant asked her to bring her bag, and dropped in her bag cash of almost $500,000.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
Absolutely. And like I said, she was all by herself. Nobody went with her. She could have easily, you know, kept the money. Nobody would have been wiser for it. But you know, we say that our core value of integrity, you know, and integrity means doing the right thing, even when no one is looking, when no one is watching. And that's exactly what she did. And she came back to the office and she handed in the money. You know, that was a very, and it's, even as I think of it now, and as I'm speaking of it, I'm still bewildered that, you know, really and truly, she didn't have to, I mean, I wouldn't have known. Nobody else would have known that happened, because it was supposedly a personal gift. But obviously, our code is quite clear. We don't accept such gifts from clients. And she came and she returned it, like I said, a lot of money by any standard.
Is there anyone involving you personally? I'm sure there are. I'm thinking of, and I know.
So maybe you want to share.
It was based on money. When we almost hit, I think when we almost hit, I can't remember the amount. It was a huge amount, and I saw it in our budget. I'm like, I thought that was great.
So a few years ago, I mean, and thank you for reminding. A few years ago, we had been on that level of, you know, we're close to $1 billion in terms of turnover. I mean,
I wanted to say that's a number that sounds great.
It's $1 billion. We're still on our journey, you know. But I said, hey guys, you know, really and truly, we've been on this near $1 billion for so long. I mean, can't we do this? And we did it. And for me, it was a turning point, really and truly, that a business that started, you know, like I said, with 2 or 3 people, and here we are, 60 man strong or so. That was a defining moment for me. I was quite proud.
It gives me a pep in my step. Actually, money is fantastic. Okay, now on to the next one. We're going just a little more serious, especially for people that, like, before I joined DCSL, if I heard boardroom or board, it's B-O-R-E-D that I'm hearing. It wasn't the most interesting thing to note. It just seemed so far out of reach, elevated and boring. So what has been your experience being in boardrooms in general, maybe as the MD of DCSL or in your other capacities?
I'd say it's a mixed bag. You know. So some boards, you know, you have people who want to just, you know, have those one-on-one, sometimes, you know, have jokes and all of that. And then there are the very serious ones that then, you know, bring alive your board kind of thing. But I think, like I said, it's a mixed bag, but I've thoroughly enjoyed the experience.
I do like sitting in rooms like that, because I feel like as company secretaries, we have a unique advantage of listening to information for top companies that nobody else has access to. What we currently have access to is like a million TED talks. So I feel like I'm smarter than everybody.
And then it gives you the opportunity to get close to people. You know, sometimes you see people from far off, you know, but when you see them or meet them in a boardroom, you sort of get a better perspective of who they are, you know, and what they know, because then they're able to now then share it with fewer people.
I agree. There was one of my directors that I met. I would not name the company because it's not necessary. And I thought he was a very aloof person and not easy to talk with. But every board meeting cycle, or even before the board meeting cycle, he's chatting me up. He's asking me questions about board meeting. Very calm, very nice, very easy to talk to. When he was leaving, he was also very cordial. He commended me and DCSL in general. I was like, okay, you're not such a bad person. It's nice, it's nice.
So maybe tell me, I mean, and it reminded me of another proud moment. And you know, most of my proud moments at DCSL are not necessarily about me. But I say about me because, you know, I feel that I have given of myself to the people in the way that I try to do
it's also
things.
because you are too humble. I think that's also the problem. You are too humble and shy.
I've given of myself, you know. So when I get feedback from the team, I'm totally so elated. And there was one that I got again. This was, I mean, sometime last year. So it was a board evaluation engagement, and the MD of the company called me and gave me feedback. I just got off the call with the member of the team, and he was pushing back on a lot of the exceptions we found on the board evaluation. And he said that even though she didn't accept any of the explanations that he was given as counter to the exceptions, but that she was so courteous and so professional that it was totally blown away. It called me as soon as he dropped off the call with her that she was excellent. She was this, she was that. Honestly, I got up from my desk and I was like, oh, wow, really and truly, yes, we have done well.
Okay, so just the last few sets of questions. Now, what does a normal day for normal 24 hours look like for you?
So again, it depends. So, but my typical day. So I'll give an example of some
don't miss out the juicy details.
I'm not going to. So I wake up in the morning. I wake up. Typically, my alarm goes off at 5:45 because I go to the gym.
High achievers. Hi. Okay.
Because I go to the gym, so I wake up at 5:45. I join a lot of, you know, prayer sessions and things in the morning. So there's a 6 o'clock one. So I wake up at 5:45, start getting ready for the gym, put on my earplugs to listen to the prayer, get into the car, go to the gym. I drive myself to the gym at that time of the morning. So I go to the gym, spend an hour and a half. At the gym, an hour and a half. I mean, sometimes 2 hours, but I don't have an early morning engagement. I could be there till 8. So most of the time I'm there till 7:45, thereabouts, and then come home, have a shower. If I'm working from home, I have a shower and then settle down to my home office, and that's where my day starts. Meetings, interviews, reviewing reports, and all of that. And I do that. I try and get up occasionally. I mean, my watch helps to, you know, keep me.
Do you have those standing desks that allow you to work and stand?
No, so I have this laptop stand that I can push up and push down or whatever it is. But I ensure that I get up, you know, at least after everyone, you know, go to the kitchen, get a drink, you know, get something to eat, you know, when I'm working from home. And then if I'm not working from home, so after the gym, have a shower, head to the office, spend time in the office, and then it could be that I have engagements after the office, and typically get home around 6, have lunch. I don't have lunch most of the time, so have a late lunch or a dinner, if you will, and I start work again. Unfortunately, you know, I start work again. Maybe work on an hour and a half, and then I Netflix. I Netflix. But then I enjoy shows on Netflix, you know, those shows that have different seasons and things. The series. And then it depends on what it is. If I have a deadline, then I do another 1 or 2 hours on my laptop, and then I go to bed.
No club?
At the weekend.
Okay.
At the weekend, well, sometimes during the week I go to Gaia. I go to Gaia. Sometimes during the week I go to the sometimes there's members evening or whatever it is happening there, but that's not a daily occurrence. Maybe once in 2 weeks.
For Netflix shows, have you watched Sherlock?
That's a young guy.
Benedict Cumberbatch, the British version.
Sherlock. No, I haven't.
I preach it like it's the gospel to everybody. Everybody needs to watch that show. Just try it, take it and try it out. Okay, now we're on to the rapid fire round. Okay, don't think about it, just go. All right. So early bird or night owl?
Both.
Okay. Rice or pasta?
Rice.
Okay. Food or sleep?
Sleep.
Movies or series? I think it was
series.
Physical boardroom or Zoom?
Physical.
Really? You don't want the opportunity to be dozing off in your...
Physical, because when you're on the virtual, you said I shouldn't think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, both have their advantage and disadvantage.
Okay.
But I think the physical one allows you to sort of interact, get to see the people.
Because you're a serious person. You don't want the opportunity to sit and be doing side work, doing your business.
No, I want to be able to. Yes, occasionally it depends on what it says. It depends on what time of the day, or it depends on which client or which company it is, which particular board it is. But I think the physical allows you the personal interaction.
I like being in the room. I like dressing up and going there.
Absolutely.
I like dressing up.
Absolutely.
Okay. What's one thing in your handbag we wouldn't expect?
An old toothbrush.
Why?
An old toothbrush. Guess
For your
why?
hair?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I understand that one. And that's a wrap, actually. Thank you for being here today. I had fun.
Thank you, Tammy. I had fun too.
Thank you. To everyone watching, I hope you had fun too. Please, we have more episodes dropping soon. So just click whatever is clickable on your screen, subscribe, like, all the 4 buttons at the side if you're on Instagram, and follow us on all our social media channels. It will either be here or at the bottom somewhere. Just, it has been nice. Please watch us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome to your quick guide on how to navigate and use the DCSL Connect app. To get started, open the app and log in using your registered credentials. If it's your first time, check your email for your setup link. Once logged in, you will land on your dashboard. This is your central hub for upcoming board meetings, corporate documents, and pending approvals. To access your meeting, simply tap on Meeting. Here, you can view the schedule, RSVP, and securely access your meeting packs and agendas directly from your device. Need to review and approve documents? Head over to the Approval tab. You can read through files, add comments, and legally sign documents on the go with just a few taps. DCSL Connect keeps your data safe with top-tier encryption and customizable security settings, including biometrics logging, seamless corporate governance in the palm of your hand.